Hi, this is Attorney Mike Gravelin coming to you from Chicago, and today we're going to look at Better Call Saul, Season 5, Episode 8. It's called Bagman, and it's good stuff. Let's do it. Okay, at the end of the last episode, Saul managed to get Bond set for Lalo, and now he's got the problem of going to pick it up, and here we have him getting his initial instructions.
Nick, once you get there, you're going to see a well. It's really all broken down.
Well, what does this well look like?
It looks like a well. It's the only one out there.
And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, or the dogs get it. Here, pursuant to the terms of their marriage, Saul feels compelled to tell Kim about it, and she does not like this idea at all.
You're going to pick up $7 million of cartel money?
I know what you're thinking, but it's safe.
Here, Saul actually picks up the money from the Salamanca cousins, and as usual, they don't say a word.
Take these back to Lalo.
On the way back, Saul runs into some trouble, just the sort of trouble you would expect when you're carrying $7 million by yourself.
Shit.
Things are not looking good for Saul here in this next clip.
Whoa, what? No, that's not what he meant. This is a mistake.
Oh, I think that's exactly what he meant.
Big avocado. Enemigo del cartel. Enemigo del cartel. No!
Well, a major bloodbath ensues, of course, and out of nowhere, seemingly, Mike shows up and reveals that it was him who basically saved Saul here.
You hit? Well, you shot.
This is actually kind of a touching bit for me in a weird way. The esteem finally breaks down. It took some bullets, and it's also just ready to break down anyway. But they have to go off the road, and in order to do that, they need to ditch the esteem. And I think we need a little moment of silence for Jimmy's / Saul's awful car. In my mind, it was a main character so far in this show. All right, let's carry on. So here we have an interesting bit. Jimmy and Saul have to take off, and they're camping because that's all they can do. They need to walk back to civilization, but they have a little chat, and Mike cannot believe that he actually told Kim what was going on, which makes all the sense in the world. But Jimmy does reveal that Kim is in fact his wife.
Just she knows I'm picking up money down by the border, that's all.
You told your girlfriend what you're doing.
My wife.
Wife?
Yeah.
Here Mike states the obvious and sees what's really going on, and Saul's response is this episode's favorite line.
She knows. She's in the game now.
What? No, she's not in the game, all right? She's not even game adjacent.
Well, Saul doesn't return home, and Kim knows what he was doing, so she is so scared she actually sets up a visit with Lalo, and this gives me a little chance to talk about law stuff. All right, there are two things that I find interesting here as a legal matter. The first one is she said she misrepresented herself as a member of his legal team in order to get access. I don't know what they would have to show. We have some attorneys in the comments. Specifically, I know a criminal attorney in the comments. You know who you are. Maybe you can set us straight there. But I don't know how difficult it is. I don't know if you have to show an appearance or you just have to sweet talk somebody at the facility. I don't know how realistic that is, but that's what occurred. She got somebody on board with the idea that she was part of his legal team and therefore could set up a visit to speak with him. The next thing is she sort of conflates the notion of spousal privilege to protect him, and it just doesn't. I don't know if she's aware of that and just trying to gloss that over, or if she's confused herself. But these privileges, we keep coming back to this: attorney-client privilege, the spousal privilege. They apply very specifically. Now, she can't be made to testify against Jimmy, but she sure as heck could be made to testify against Lalo. So her knowing his business is a bad thing. And the way they write Lalo, he's a sharp guy. He's the sort of guy that would look this sort of thing up, but it doesn't really come up here. He seems to accept her representation that to the extent possible, that he's safe with her knowing things.
He didn't betray your confidence. We're married, which means I have spousal privilege. Anything he says to me stays with me. No one can make me discuss it. It's as bulletproof as lawyer-client privilege.
Okay, so the march through the desert has gotten pretty nasty. They're dehydrated, they're tired. He's carrying $7 million in 2 duffel bags, and Saul has basically given up, and he gets separated from Mike. And then finally does get up and is walking down the street, which is basically a suicide mission because somebody got away from the bloodbath and they know they're coming back for that $7 million. So Jimmy is actually inviting it. But of course, Mike is sitting back behind the rocks and uses this opportunity to take care of the situation. The takeaway for this episode is that Saul and Mike are stuck in the desert, and it ends with them trotting down the road, barely making it. And Saul does still have at least most of the $7 million that was in the duffel bags, and Mike is struggling himself, and that's where we end it. Here at Law Talk, we do a lot of videos answering common legal questions. We also do reviews of law in the movies and then on TV. We also share some of our more interesting cases. We're always putting out new videos. So if you like that, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell.